Welcome to the CAD Builder video tutorial series. In this video, we will take a look at how to create and configure Hafele, Rafix, and CAM Outrigger connection constructions in CAD Builder. Rafix and CAM Outrigger connectors can be useful for flat packer knockdown cabinet construction, quick assembly, and cabinets that may need to be disassembled later. They provide some of the practical advantages as a cabinet connection, but use a cam-style connector, different machining profiles, and some hardware trade-offs. The cam outrigger is a variation of this type of connection that includes an additional pocket behind the main connector to house an additional dowel for extra stability. The cam joint also provides more control over the machining dimensions, so one could use it to create other Rafix-like connectors, such as those made by Headache. Let's see how this works. We will begin by opening Connection Constructions, and in the default folder, we'll select the Hafele Rafix template. Since the template is read-only, use the copy icon to create an editable copy. Give the new connection construction a name your shop will recognize, such as Hafele Rafix. The Rafix connector hole depth controls the depth of the main pocket that receives the Rafix connector. The supplied template provides the starting dimension for this pocket. We will keep the template value of 1/2 inch, but if the specifications for your connector require a different depth, you can enter that here. Next are the Rafix screw hole settings. The Rafix screw hole depth we will keep at 5/16 inch, and the Rafix screw hole diameter, let's keep this at 13/64. These dimensions control the machining for the connecting screw or bolt used with the cam connector. The Rafix screw hole offset moves the screw hole from its default position. We will keep the offset at 0. If the connected parts are not sitting completely flush, or the hardware specifications require an adjustment, this value can be changed. The Rafix screw hole orientation controls which face the screw hole is drilled from. The supplied template is set to from joint face, but you could also set it to from outside face, from finished material face, or from unfinished material face. Select the orientation that matches how the connected parts should be machined. For my example today, I will keep this set to from joint face. Next, use Rafix side to choose which face of the part will receive the connector. For case parts, the external option places the connector on the external face, while internal places it on the internal face. For internal parts, such as shelves, partitions, or nailers, external refers to the top, right, or back side. Internal refers to the bottom, left, or front side. You may also reference the finished or unfinished material face. Since I will be using this connector for the bottom of a shelf, I will keep this at the second option. The Rafix center's arrangement controls how the connectors are distributed along the joint. We can set this to front to rear, rear to front and rear, or centered. The end Rafix center position controls the distance between the end of the part and the first connector. This can be set to an exact distance or to a minimum distance. I will keep this at the default of 1.5 inches for the exact distance. The Rafix center quantity controls how many connectors CAD Builder adds to the joint. Adjust the arrangement, end position, and quantity according to the size of the part and your shop's construction requirements. Use parts gap if an intentional space is needed between the two connected parts. We will leave this set to 0 for a tight joint. Under CNC, select CNC connection parts when you want CAD Builder to generate the machining required for the Rafix connection. Finally, select the appropriate Rafix connector from your material collection. This allows the connector to be included in the materials list so you can see the total quantity and material cost. Once the settings are complete, save the connection construction. Now let's look at the CAM Outrigger option. Return to the default folder and select the Hafele CAM Outrigger template. Again, we'll use the copy icon to create an editable copy and give it a recognizable name such as Hafele CAM Outrigger. The main difference between the Rafix and CAM Outrigger profiles is the machining. The CAM Outrigger uses a main CAM pocket along with an additional pocket behind the connector. The CAM connector hole diameter and CAM connector hole depth control the size of the main pocket that receives the connector. We will keep the defaults of 49/64 for the diameter and 17/32 for the depth. The CAM connector hole edge offset controls the location of that main pocket relative to the edge of the part. This too we will keep at the default value. The CAM connector dowel hole depth and CAM connector dowel hole diameter control the additional pocket behind the main connector. These settings allow the CAM Outrigger profile to be adjusted for the specific connector being used. Next are the CAM screw hole settings. The CAM screw hole depth and CAM screw hole diameter control the hole for the connecting screw or bolt. The CAM screw hole position controls where that hole meets the CAM connection. The CAM screw hole offset moves the screw hole from its default position. We will keep this value at 0 unless the hardware specifications or the assembled fit require an adjustment. Use CAM side to choose which face of the part will receive the connector, similar to the Rafix portion above. The CAM centers arrangement, end CAM center position, and CAM center quantity control how the connectors are distributed along the joint. Use parts gap if an intentional space is needed between the connected parts. Under CNC, select CNC connection parts when you want CAD Builder to generate the machining required for the connection. Finally, select the appropriate CAM connector from your material collection so the hardware quantity and cost are included in the materials list. Once these settings are complete, save the connection construction. Apply the Rafix or CAM Outrigger connection construction to the desired joints within your cabinet construction method. Then we will generate a test cabinet, open the wireframe, and turn on Show Processing. Verify the main connector pockets, additional outrigger pocket, screw holes, quantity, spacing, placement, and mounting side. The dimensions supplied by the default templates are starting values. Before changing those dimensions, compare them with the drilling specifications for the exact connector your shop is using. As you can see, CAD Builder allows you to configure both standard Rafix and CAM Outrigger connections, control their matching profiles, position them along a joint, and include the connector quantities and costs in your material list. Thank you for watching, and we'll see you in the next video. For more video tutorials, please visit our website at www.cadbuildersoftware.com/training. Thank you.